Hey, this is Kristen Shaw with Airport Improvement Magazine, and this is our Show and Tell series. Today, I'm here with Brad DeGrave from Elite Electronic Engineering. How are you, Brad?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I am curious to know what you guys do because you're kind of new on the scene, right?
We are. So Elite was actually founded in 1954 as a third-party test lab. It started in the EMC business doing electrical magnetic testing. And throughout the years, it's really expanded into environmental testing as well. And then we have been a third-party certification body for the FCC since about 2000. And just last year, we received acceptance from the FAA to be a third-party certifier for airport lighting equipment products.
Okay, so the airport lighting products is the newest aspect of your business.
That's correct.
But in 1954, when you first started, were you in on the aviation side or were you in a different part of the business altogether?
It's actually kind of full circle because the problem or the reason the business was founded was from a problem found on an airplane. Our founder, um, and I'm trying to remember all of the details, but our founder had designed a product that went on an airplane, and then when the airplane was in flight, there was an issue with the way his product was interfering with some of the other things in the aircraft. So he brought it back down and figured out that he needed to do some RF shielding around that piece of equipment, and then that's really what started the whole business.
So tell me more about Elite's role as a certification body and the process.
Right. So today, this certification program for the FAA is slightly different, as in it's not necessarily a requirement to be for every piece of airport lighting equipment to go through it. However, if you want to use government funds to purchase the equipment, it needs to be certified through an FFA or an FAA third-party certification body. So the way it happens is a customer would contact us either through phone or email. It's on our website, requesting certification, and then the process is we would try to get all the necessary information we need on an application, and then go through the process of verifying that everything's there. In order to have a certified product, we would have to come to their facility, to their manufacturing facility, and do an initial quality audit. And then from there, we go about the standard testing. And as soon as all the testing's done, everything has been proven to meet the specification, we would then issue a certificate.
Okay, so Brad, when somebody's certified, do they get an actual physical certificate? How do they know that they've been certified?
Right, so we would maintain constant communication with the manufacturer throughout the entire process, letting them know how their product's doing through each one of the tests, and then we would issue them a certificate. More than likely, we would email it to them, but we would also let the FAA know. We would tell them as well that, hey, we've issued this certificate, because they have a database that they publish every month. So that way, an airport can go out and say, I need to buy a new sign who's on the list of qualified products, and then that certificate won't necessarily be there, but the manufacturer that owns the certificate would be listed under the qualified product.
Okay, and if an airport wants to use federal funding, they have to be certified. So this is a fairly important process.
Yes, so any upgrades to the airport or to the airfield lighting that use federal funding, it does have to be used on a certified product. So that also goes as far as to the lamps or the light bulb, the light source that goes in each one of the lights has to be qualified with the product as well. So you can't just simply switch out a different light source either, because that'll also void the availability of the funds as well.
What does a certification look like? I'm thinking in my head of like I'm an automotive person. I'm an enthusiast. So I think about when a car is inspected, it has a checklist that it goes through. Is that what it's like to certify a lighting system?
Uh, Kind of. So we go through like what we would call an administrative review. So that's a checklist to make sure that we have like all the necessary marketing materials, the schematics, the assembly drawings, everything from that aspect. And then it goes through the evaluation or the testing, um, which we would generate a test report. Elite would generate the test report, and then the certification personnel would look at that for the technical review, which is also a checklist to kind of go through and say, yes, this test was completed correctly, and yes, we agree that the product meets the certain standard.
Okay, that makes sense. In the last, however many months we've been in the pandemic and hopefully coming out of it now, what have you noticed about some of the trends, as it relates to what you do in the aviation industry?
The last several months have definitely been very challenging. It's been very um, funds seem to be very scarce. I don't know if people are reluctant to necessarily spend the money on different projects because we're not sure, where the aviation industry is going. They've taken a big hit, not having a lot of airplanes in the air for a long time, but it seems like hopefully that's rebounding now. But some of the things that we've done as a lead is we've really focused on trying to do some more things online, doing virtual meetings. Um, we've purchased different camera systems, some more GoPros, all kinds of different stuff that we can use to actually do some virtual test witnessing to alleviate the customer from having to be here, which has turned out to work or seem to work very well. I feel like that might be a trend that we continue to see moving forward as well, is that more things will be virtual as opposed to, face-to-face interaction and lots of travel to and from the lab.
Okay, Brad, I have a question. Are all certification companies the same, or is there a different approach that you have that sets you apart from your competitors?
Well, we would like to think that we have a little more of a streamlined process to hopefully um, make the certification process easier. But as far as similarities, every third party certifier has the same responsibilities to ensure that a product is certified. Um, all of the third party certifiers can do the audits and issue the certificate for each piece of equipment that they actually do the certification process on.
So why would someone pick Elite?
Well, Elite really prides itself on its customer service. Um, we have been in the testing business for several years. This one obviously is new, but we like to maintain communication with our customers. We have a very low turnover rate, so a lot of times, whoever a manufacturer worked with for their first project, there's a good chance that they'll work with that same person for the second project. And then that really just helps kind of build, some of that mutual mutual respect, I guess, would be a way to look at it. But um, those are really the things that we try to be very customer service oriented.
Okay, and I'm sure the airports appreciate that.
Yeah, and again, we don't. This program isn't directed primarily towards airports. It's more towards the manufacturers who build or who manufacture the lighting products.
Brad, what are you looking forward to this year? Are you looking forward to getting back out on the road?
I'm definitely looking forward to getting to have some of our meetings back in person. Um, the two big events that the airport lighting community has. Last year, the fall event was canceled. We just had our spring event online for the second year in a row. So really looking forward to hopefully that meeting happens this fall in Detroit and get to actually have some FaceTime with, people throughout the industry and really just seeing the community back together again.
That makes sense. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it. And if you have any questions about LEAT, we will put the website here at the end of our show. Thanks, Brad.
Thank you.